I can't imagine all the conversations you must be having. And you can be sure I don't know a damn thing other than being a big fan of yours, wanting to see you fight. But like, I can't imagine all the different things you're navigating. So how you handling all this? I know you're not going to break anything here, but how are you handling it? What's happening?
Honestly, man, it's been like the most like annoying, like stressful couple weeks ever. Because 3 weeks ago they were like, you're going to be doing tough against Kobe. And it was like one of those things where I was on the phone, remember, before we got here, and I was like,
yes.
And then Cody's like, oh, I think he's fighting Kobe. And I was like, I don't want to jinx anything yet, so I'm waiting for it. And I was like, they were like, you're going to do tough. So I was like, but don't say nothing yet. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm hyped up, and I'm like, all right, can we talk about it on Joe Rogan? Because that'll hype it up even more. No, we can't say nothing yet. We got to sign it first. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So then you go and you're watching, you're just waiting for it to happen. And Gilbert goes out there, he wins, and then you see him call out Kobe. You're like, bro, obviously we had the same manager. Obviously he probably heard stuff through the ringers. And you're like, when I posted, I'm like, bro, he's trying to steal my fight. People are like, what do you mean he's trying to steal your fight, you loser? He called out Kobe for. I'm like, bro, we've been literally negotiating this stuff for like 3 weeks. So yeah, I think it's considered like stealing it because you obviously heard that I was in the talks to do that, and you probably got like, hey, wait, I want to do that too. Like, why can't I do that? So it's one of those things that is annoying, but like I understand it, obviously, what the game is. Like, he doesn't owe me nothing, I don't owe him nothing. So it's whatever. But the fact that he's coming out now saying, oh, I got ducked by Belal, and why is he ahead of me in the rankings? I'm like, bro, chill out. You beat Neil Magny. You're a 5-1 favorite in your country to beat a guy, and a guy that's terrible against grapplers, a guy that literally gives up whenever the fight hits the ground, and you're hyping it up like you did something amazing, outrageous. I'm like, that was an easy fight. That was the fight that it should have been. That's the fight that you basically got a layup. So don't sit there and tell me, oh, I need to skip him in the rankings. I'm sitting there and I beat my last 3 opponents. I was the underdog every single one of those fights. I was the guy that was supposed to lose every single one of those fights. And I beat number 5 twice, and then I went down and beat number 7 because I had to go down to number 7 because you didn't want to fight me when I beat Luque. So after I beat Luque, it was obviously the next step was number 4, which was Gilbert, and he didn't want to fight. He was waiting. He kept saying, no, Masvidal's going to fight me. I'm going to wait and see and hope for that one to come through. Never came through, so you ended up sitting out 6-7 months waiting for something that was never going to happen. So that put you in a spot where you had to fight number 11, and you got stuck with that. But now you were going to be all this talking on the internet, and I'm like, bro, I don't care what people say. I don't care what the narrative. People can sway the narrative, whatever it is. But who's the one going out there fighting the guys above? Who's the one actually going out there fighting the toughest guys? Neil Magny's number 11 or number 14. Congratulations, you beat number 14 in Brazil, and you finished them. And Neil Magny's one of those guys. Like I said, he'll lose to anybody that has any level of grappling.
You know, I don't really even know where to begin on this stuff. And I think sometimes about your timetable, right? And when you know, because part of me just thinks, all right, let everybody just figure this out. And Belal just will get the winner of the fight in London. How about that? Okay, everybody, you know what I mean? If you want to do all this, even though Belal wants to fight sooner, if you're going to make him wait, all right, you know, Colby, but the idea that it's going to be some, you know, I get Chimaev moving up or whatever, but the idea that you have Belal Muhammad, Colby Covington, and Gilbert, and it's going to be 2 of those 3, and then that's going to be like a title eliminator. Well, you know, all right, well, I mean, there's just so much unknown out there. You know more than some. Gilbert knows more than some. The fact that you have the same manager, I can't even imagine, bro. I can't even imagine when your phone rings. You must just be like,
yeah, it's literally ridiculous because it's like you're expecting something and then it doesn't happen, and then you're like, bro, all right, so what's going on? But for the time being, now it's like just the waiting in because, like I said, they could tell you something, but nothing's happening until it's on paper, until it's in front of you, and it's you're just waiting for a contract. And yeah, like it's people are like, oh, well, that's the title eliminator between those 3 guys. If one of them, whoever it is, whoever fights each other out of those 2, I'm like, bro, I'm the only one in the division on an 8-fight winning streak. I'm the only one in the division fighting top 10 guys and beating top 10 guys. Kobe hasn't been in a top 10 guy. Gilbert hasn't been in a top 10 guy. So I don't get where all this talk is. It's one of those 3 guys should be fighting for the title next. For me, I could sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to wait for the title shot, and it would be earned. But I'm sitting there like, give me Kobe. That's the guy that I wanted. That's the guy that I have on paper. That's the guy that makes the most sense. And that's the guy that I wanted to fight for years. So if they offer that fight, I'm going to take that fight. I'm not going to sit there and wait on the sidelines and pray that if Leon's Collar itself wins the fight, he's not going to sit there and be like, well, I want to fight Masvidal now because, I beat Usman. Like, I could just tell that's what a guy like him would do. But I'm going to have to go out there and I'm going to have to keep beating these guys. Like I said, if I had to go up rung by rung, Chimaev, they're saying, is moving up to 85. So I already marked that one out the window.
There you go.
Now it's just sights on Kobe. Chimaev should be out of the rankings. It should be Usman. I should be under Usman, honestly. And then Kobe should be under me. And then let's go. Me against Kobe.
Look, and both of them have had an opportunity to compete for the championship. You haven't lost in a very long time and have not had an opportunity to compete for a championship. And as you know, many guys get opportunities to compete for championships in different spots, whether it's Teixeira, Jamal Hill. Belal Muhammad deserves a shot. Let's move on to TUF. And I do think, sort of back to you, I'd love to see you coach. I mean, what a great opportunity for you to coach a little bit. Those guys would benefit like crazy having you coach them.
Yeah, it would have been fun. Like I said, it would have been it's one of those things where that's what got me into fighting, is watching the first season Ultimate Fighter. And people could say that it died out. It's not cool or whatever, but still I always love TUF. You watched the earlier season of it. I think that they need to like a refreshing, like coaches that actually want to coach and coaches that actually put energy into it. I know they're talking about McGregor doing it, and I'm looking at it like, I understand it. Obviously, he's going to bring ratings. He's going to bring viewers. But then people are telling me, like, why would McGregor want to do it? And I was like, the dude has a movie coming out, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be trash, but you still need you're out of relevancy right now because you haven't been fighting. You haven't been in the cage, and nobody's seen you in a while. So being on TV will get you back in people's minds, get you on TV. Hey, my movie's coming out too. So I think that's the reason why he's doing it. I'm just interested to see who the coach is going to be opposite of him. Yeah,
I mean, hard for me to think anyone other than Michael Chandler. Who's going to be better than Michael Chandler opposite him? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think Chandler will be a guy that will bring that type of coach energy to the show, that fun energy to the show. And him and McGregor back and forth would be fun. So if they make that one, that'll be cool. But they haven't announced anything with it. I'm surprised. I know that they have to start filming soon. So I'm sure we'll hear something within the next couple of days.